Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I've been on quite a break for quite some time with some different issues. But I thought today I've been actually doing some Christmas cards for nursing homes. I do that at Christmas time. Usually I used to do it at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but with the way things have been late this year, I wasn't able to do that. So I got a bunch of Christmas ones together and got them all to a couple of different nursing homes. And I thought I'd show you something of the way I kind of do it, some of the ways I do it. This is watercolor. I actually have here, usually I use watercolor paper, but I've been trying to use up some supplies. And I had this paper, which is supposed to be a multimedia paper, which should, without any problem, take watercolor, but it really doesn't. So what I have done, and what I used, was watercolor grounds. If you're not familiar with watercolor grounds, really all you have to do is Google it. So I put a couple of layers on this white paper. Right now it's a little bit buckled and I would have taped it, but I went and drew out my cards to the very edge. So I really can't do that right now, or I'm not going to be able to work on this one. But it does buckle a little bit, but once it's all dried, you can set it underneath anything heavy, flat, a pile of books, a pile of whatever, a laptop, stuff like that, and it'll just flatten out. It's not a problem. And what I do for my cards, which is a very simple thing, it's quick and really enables me to be able to do such a thing at that time with so many. I think the last one was 200 cards. So it's thin. It's a thin, fairly thin paper, but it stiffens up with the watercolor grounds. So I'm going to continue on this little card part here that I was doing. Like I said, we're using watercolor. Right now I'm just using a small, fairly small brush. Hopefully I don't hit the camera. And I'm going to just paint. All I'm doing is using the different colors. And as you can see right now, I'm doing my pine branches. And really that's about all this is the different pine branches in different places. And then we have berries in there, of which you'll see as I get going. Because I'd rather not talk as I paint, I'd rather just kind of get painting, and maybe I can edit it after. But anyway, so let's just keep watching and you'll see what happens. I'll explain a few things along the way, like right now I'm making a green with several different colors. You can make your pine branches however you like. I used some yellow and some blue to create, because there are many different versions of yellows and blues to create the green that you desire. So basically all you need to know is that I used a blue and a yellow. Then you can use whatever choice of those two colors that you like. Sometimes I'll add in a little burnt sienna, give it just a little bit of a different look. So when I change colors, I'll let you know. And this is a Degado number 4. At this moment, I'm just using the very tip to sweep my pine branches on. Sometimes I press a little harder to get a thicker needle, and sometimes I press a little softer to get a softer needle. I'm adding a little yellow right now to just kind of highlight some areas, but you don't have to worry about that very much in this type of thing. Right now I am going to use the tip swirling around to create the berries, remembering to leave a white spot for highlight. It's no harm nor foul if you don't. If you don't, you just can go in with some white or something. You can use white with watercolor. You can use acrylic white or gouache white, or you can even use something like this paint pen and paint them on that way if you forget. So don't worry about it if you should forget to do that. It takes a while anyway to get to the point where you remember to leave the white out. It took me quite a while, actually. I don't mind saying that at all, because in my learning this whole thing, it took me quite a while to learn that whole deal. This is just a red. Okay, and then we might add some of this red on the side of this. So we need to have, lighter sides and darker sides. And then I just, for these, whoops, we have a couple of other little ones here that I'm seeing that I missed. I want to, add the you want to get in your I don't know what it's called, the stem of the pine needle. So I do that with some brown and some burnt sienna or anything like that, whatever you like. Remember, this is your painting, so you can, do it however you like to do it. And I think I had a green leaf in here when I drew it out. Yep. You can add colors into your green to, bring out other colors as well. You should vary up your greens anyway when you're doing greens. I'm going to take a little bit of the reddish color here, just because it's in the rest of the painting. So that will kind of enhance the rest of the, bring harmony, it's called, to the rest of it. I actually got a very late start due to many different things on my cards this year. So I really had to work really fast. I actually kind of screwed up my wrists for a little while, but that also was due to bringing up groceries up the stairs a little too heavy. So between the two of them, I kind of had to give my wrist, the right one, a rest, which I did, and seems to be okay now as long as I don't, push it. Now here I am changing a little bit, adding some yellow in here, just, for a little different color. It all adds. See how that adds, enhances what you're doing, whatever you want. But I chose candles right now. I did all kinds of different cards for the 200 that I made. And as I say to people, anybody can do this. It's not any kind of rocket science or anything. Just, practice a little bit, and you'll get some techniques down where you can, where you can do something like this. Learn different techniques, learn just a few things at a time. And before you know it, you'll be able to. Painting's like anything else, it's a learned art. Okay, so I think I'm going to make a little more of those, these sticks here that you can see that are very thin. I'm using the very tip of my brush for a lot of this. I like brushes that have nice tips. We're just squiggling lines for the bare branches, right? Now what I do for the fire, I dip a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of regular yellow, and a little bit of a red, and I push down and make it all at the same time. I'm going to dab a little out, and we get our nice little dab of fire. The very last thing I do in these particular ones, sometimes I do a point setter in the center, but on these, I just did a whole lot of those, so I wanted to change it a little bit. So I'm going to take a lot of water, and I'm going to come in here with my brush with a lot of water on it, dripping water, really. Get it really wet, and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go just like this, and it's going to fling beautiful little specks of gold. Now, if I didn't want to get the other side, any of this on the other side, of course I would cover, but this card will have the same thing as this. I do them, this paper seems to give me two nice regular size cards. But what I do for the nursing homes is it's not a folded card. It's just a single card, just like this. So I have two. This paper allows me for two. So I usually start over here. For some reason I went over here today. Don't even ask me why. But anyways, that's it. That's one of the cards. I mean, the options that you can do are endless. But for me, on this round, and I'm going to do quite a few with you, different ones with you, give you ideas that you can do. Now, another idea before I finish this one is I could actually go into some red or green, or any color for that. Maybe we'll just grab one of the blues, actually. I'm going to get it wet again, go into my little paint. These here are metallic ones. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to come over here, flick it. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, okay, that was a good choice. And just drop in the little sparkles, speckles I call them. And that is how I am doing this round of cards. I will share with you many other types as well. Here's a type here. Like I said, I did so many versions of cards for this Christmas, and this kind. I also did some cute ones like this. So, see, they're just a single card. And I put the speckles on. I haven't finished this group yet. I usually either write season's greetings above or on the top, or wherever I want it. Sometimes I'll write Merry Christmas, just depends, because some people, don't like some of that, so I'll vary it up a little. And on the back, I sign it, and usually just put some little decoration right there. So that's it, folks. It's really no big deal, but it gives a lot of happiness to people when they get them, and I enjoy immensely doing it. So keep coming back to the channel. I had a break, like I said, but I'm back again. Do some every once in a while. I have to take a break, and this whole channel is just basically about watercolor, maybe an acrylic here and there, and just sharing with you the things that I do. And in there is some lessons of watercolor at the same time. So have a great day. See you later. Bye for now.